Finally, new rules. Since the average CEO now makes 380 times the wage of the average worker, if you want to modernize The Great Gatsby, don't just show the rich exploiting the poor, show the rich eating them. Yes, a new version of The Great Gatsby opened today, a fond look back at a gilded age when the very rich ran their big, pretty cars right over the very poor. And that was supposed to make you sad. For the rich. Or the car, I can't quite remember. But the point is, Gatsby isn't really accurate for today because the wealth gap now is so much more profound than it was even in the 1920s. The average sales associate at Walmart makes $8.81 an hour, while the 6 heirs to the Walmart fortune are worth $90 billion. The same as the bottom 130 million Americans. Yes, the have-nots are getting a lot have-nottier. And not just at Walmart. 1 in 4 Americans makes less than $10 an hour. 146 million, about half the country, do not have enough to meet basic needs. And I say, if you don't want to pay people, just go all the way and do what we do here in Hollywood and call them interns. Look at fast food jobs. It used to be they were the extra jobs our kids would do to earn money for gas and weed. So they weren't using up all of mom and dad's. Adults worked actual jobs. But now the economy is such that the fast food jobs are the actual jobs. The median age of a fast food worker is now 28. At the end of the order, they say, "Do you want one of my kids with that?" Google the words McDonald's prostitute, and you'll see stories about women being arrested for offering sex in exchange for a Happy Meal. Google self-surgery, and you'll see people operating on themselves because they have no health care. Families are literally eating cat food. I mean, something is really not right when the kids hear the can opener and start rubbing themselves against your shin. And the older kids, 42% of recent college grads live in the houses they grew up in because they cannot afford rent anywhere else. And it's really creepy when you're a co-ed trolling for a sugar daddy on seekingarrangements.com and you get an IM from your actual dad downstairs saying, "Damn it, honey, I'm already paying your rent." There was a story recently about a Georgia man whose home was in foreclosure, savings running out. So he called 911, and when the responders arrived, he took them hostage. His demands? Getting his electricity turned back on. Now, I'm not saying that's a smart approach, but squeezing people economically so tight that they go all Django Unchained, that's not smart either. If you're rich, you should be begging the government to redistribute your wealth. Because you know what happens in countries where there's a huge disparity between the rich and the poor? The rich get kidnapped. It happens 72 times a day in Mexico. Getting snatched out of your car is so common in South Africa that they actually make cars that do this. Do you really think your trophy wife is going to empty out the Swiss bank account to save your sorry ass? I'm talking to you, Donald Trump. Think about it. And remember, the difference between a mosquito and a hedge fund manager is a mosquito will stop sucking blood before it explodes. All right, I'll be at...